Well, Magic Christmas Elf, we've heard some great music, and now we have Jordan Ross from Pets in Power here for a few minutes. Jordan, nice to meet you.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about Pets in Power?
Sure. So Pets in Power is a nonprofit foundation. We help people in different crises situations find temporary fostering for their pets. So someone could go to petsempower.org and find resources in their area in Massachusetts and Rhode Island where they find volunteers to actually temporarily foster a pet. And we're actually starting with domestic violence. So the domestic violence shelters don't accept pets. So for someone wanting to enter a shelter, they can contact us and we can help them enter a shelter, and then they can reunite in a few months with their own pet.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been working on it since January
Okay.
of 2016, so this year. And I've been actually in the planning stages for 3 years. So we've come a long way, and now we're at the point of we're finalists for different accelerators, so they'll help develop the business and allow us to have more impact in local communities.
So you're finalists for different accelerators. Can you define that for me? I don't.
So accelerators help different businesses grow and
I
develop.
see.
So we'll be paired with mentors, and there's a business curriculum that we'll go through together with a cohort of other businesses.
So how did you get started?
So I had a personal experience where I graduated from school, and then things in my family were actually pretty bad when I returned home. I didn't have a job, and I ended up in downtown Boston with my other lab, Jazz, who's Black Lab.
And I've been remiss, please introduce us to...
This is Korea, so she's 6, and she's awesome. She's named after Paul Korea, who was my favorite hockey player.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now continue on.
Yeah, so anyway, I ended up in downtown Boston with my other lab, and I was determined to keep him with me. I didn't want to give him up. And a lot of people, if they're in this situation, they have to choose between taking the next step themselves and hanging on to their dog. So I eventually found a group home connected to the Pine Street Inn, the Stapleton House, and they fostered my dog, these men transitioning out of homelessness for 3 months. And then I reunited with Jazz and had 9 great years with him. And so the men were telling me how much they loved him and how much he united the fostering, the temporary group, the group home. And so I realized that there was a benefit to the people that were fostering too.
And how much of an issue is it for people to find foster care for their pets in these domestic violence situations?
So it's a huge barrier to entry. Up to 65% of people don't enter domestic violence shelters because of this issue.
You mean they don't leave the situation, or the shelters refuse them because they have a pet?
They're stuck in an abusive situation, unfortunately. So the whole goal is that they could contact us, and then we could help them enter shelters quickly and easily. And up to 1 million cases in the U.S. We hope to make that type of impact to fulfill the need.
So how do people get in contact with you?
So they can go to petsempower.org, and then we have a find fostering form, and we're also looking for volunteers. So we also have a volunteer button, and people who are interested can enter their information, and then we'll follow up with them.
So what kind of help do you need? Volunteers to do...
Volunteers to actually serve as the fosterers.
Oh.
To take care of the pets. Also people to help spread our message, so to distribute flyers and share our social media. We have a Facebook page, petsempower.org, and then our Twitter and Instagram are petsempower.org. And letting local community organizations, volunteer organizations know about this, so they can also find volunteers, and then people in their community, different community organizations, who could provide referrals in terms of helping people and their pets in crisis. And so we save pet lives because the pet eventually could end up in a shelter and be put down. We also save people's lives and improve health outcomes for both.
Wow.
So our premise is that there are better outcomes when the pet and the owner are actually reunited.
So how are you funded to do this work?
So we're, as a foundation, our main goal is to raise funds, and so we'll be connecting with different individuals that are sympathetic to our cause, connecting with corporations for social impact, and also connecting with different pet industry foundations. So people are deeply committed to their pets. In the U.S., there are 224 million pet owners, and they spend over $60 billion on their pets. And so We believe that people are going to be willing to help their fellow pet owners in the community maintain the relationships that they value themselves.
And are there other organizations like yours around the country, or is this something brand new you thought of, or?
There's one other foundation called Red Rover. They're on the West Coast and based in Sacramento. And so there's a huge need. 99% of the need is actually not met. So we're happy to accompany Red Rover and help people with them.
So do you have any projects or events coming up?
So we're running an advertising campaign. It's called #HowPetsEmpower. And so we're looking for people's personal stories about how pets have empowered them and brought them through a life challenge. So we're accepting video submissions through petsempower.org right on our website. So that's our first preference, is video up to 30 seconds. And then we're also accepting written stories. And we do prefer pictures too. So we'd love to share your personal stories about how pets have helped you move through a crisis or a personal challenge as an inspiration to others, and to help share our message about the health benefits of keeping pets together with people in times of crisis.
So give us the hashtag one more time and the website.
It's #HowPetsEmpower, and our website is petsempower.org. We can also be found on Facebook at petsempower.org and Twitter and Instagram at petsempower.org.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in today. It was nice to meet you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Magic Christmas Elf. Oh, by the way, would you like one of my homemade chocolate?
No!
Oh. Just, sorry, forgive that outburst.
All
She's a
right.
little, I wouldn't. How about some more music, everybody?
Better idea.